we're gonna make the cutest bow with this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it with just our hand. Easy peasy. Step 1, 2, 3. Basically, you're gonna need your ribbon, which we're using a wired ribbon. It's 2.5 wide. We're gonna need some scissors, and I'm gonna use cable ties instead of wire to make it nice and tight. So a couple of cable ties, and then some wire cutters in order to cut those cable ties really super easy. The first thing I'm gonna do is establish my tail length, and I usually like it to be about 8 inches on this type of bow. So once you've got a good length, just take and kind of crimp it in your hand, just like a little scrunch in your hand, and then do a nice twist. Then I want my loop to be at about 7 inches long, okay? So it's 7 inches right here on the loop size. Then once I'm happy with that, I scrunch it and I twist it again. All right, so I'm gonna go between my hands for a moment and just start making a loop on either side and a tail on either side, okay? And scrunch. All right, and I want this tail to go opposite the other tail, okay? So I've got a tail going up and a tail going down and a loop on either side. And if you need to adjust anything, you can do it right now. Once you're happy with that, I'm gonna take and cut this side. So both sides have 8-inch tails, one going up, one going down. Alrighty, easy peasy. Now we're gonna do the same thing again. We're just gonna layer the next one just like that on top. And this time I want this tail to go this way. So we'll just lay it out there and I'll scrunch it up. And now I'm gonna hold it in the center and I'm gonna twist. And a nice twist. This is wired ribbon, so it's gonna really be easy to hold its shape for you. I'll make another loop, same size. Actually, you could make it a little shorter, but I'm gonna make it the same size. All right, twist. And then make one on the other side the same size. And scrunch it up, and you got that tail going the opposite way than this tail went, okay? So shift those around just a little bit and bring that tail down. So you can see here we've got 2 tails opposite each other on either side, and then we've got 2 loops. Now take and cut those. And we're ready to scrunch it in the middle with our wires or cable ties, and we're gonna use cable ties. So just bring this around the center and let's get some pressure on that one. Now get it taut, but not completely tight. And then that's gonna hold it for you. And you can do your magical fluffing now. So I'm gonna rotate this just kind of backwards. And we're gonna fluff it up. So this way you've got 2 tails on either side, and it kind of makes this really stinking cute, like flower shape. And anytime you use this type of horizontal line ribbon, it really brings your eye into the middle, which is just gorgeous. That's the kind of tips and tricks I'd love for you to learn as you become a better floral designer and creative, that those type of lines make your pieces look amazing. Now in here, I just popped in a cable tie in the back, and that's how I'm gonna attach it to my finished project. Cut that off. And that was the piece that was extra on the back. And we are ready to now fix our tails, and then we'll do our center. So it's up to you how you want to do your tails. We like to sometimes dovetail, sometimes angle cut, and you can choose. If I'm going to angle cut, what I'm going to do is just cut these at an angle, just like that, at an angle, and I usually do opposite angles to each other. So you can see how cute that is, and you could go around and do that on every tail. Another option is to fold it in half and dovetail it, which you get this cute little V, which is nice and finished looking, and you could do that as well. So I'm going to do that on each side. And you could pick the style you like. Just fold it in half and cut towards the fold to the open parts of the ribbon. Rotate that around and do that on every one of these tails. So I'm going to take and cut from the fold out here to the tips. Same thing over here. All right, our bow is pretty much ready. The only last little finishing touch I like to do is add a little touch of ribbon in the middle. We have a brown cable tie, so you really don't even see it, but if you want to add a finishing touch, just split your ribbon down the center. And because we only need a portion of the whole width, so you can save that for another bow, the other side. And I'm just going to take and fold it. And I like to use sometimes Like if we put that down there, we'll get a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange, super cute in the middle, and we'll get a really finished look going down the center of our bow. All right, you guys, if you want to learn how to make bows like this and extremely elegant pieces and floral design with us, we'd love to have you in design school. Just go over to wreatheteacher.com. You can join our class. And not only do I teach bows, but I teach floral placement, wreaths, garlands, swags, all the things you need to do to be able to make beautiful pieces, just like you see us sharing with you every week, even taking it to the next level. Oh my goodness, Blue Arenas, we're gonna work on one of our cute scarecrow wreath bases. These are so fun, so easy to work on and create the cutest projects really fast and easy. We're gonna use a couple of these beautiful orange filler sprays, a little bit of fall greenery here, of course some fuzzy brown pumpkins, which just go great with the vibe, and we are living it up with this kind of retro stripe with all those gorgeous 70s kitchen colors, which works so good for the fall motif. So that's going to be our supplies we're going to use. I am going to use a little bit of floral foam also. We're going to use a small block of floral foam, and I have got my glue pot here ready to go. So what we're going to do to start off with is I've got another video where we tied a bow with this, so we'll have that linked here, but our cute bow is ready to go. And we're going to start off by preparing our base. Now, when you work with something like this, you're going to want the head to be nice and straight, and her when we put elements on her, we can't have her hanging right or hanging left. We want her to hang straight off her little hanger that's built on there. So what I've done is I've got a small block of floral foam. I've carved out just a little section here so I can place it right over the grapevine and have this go right on the top of her hat. So once I know what I want going on, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that over here and just get it ready. And you can come from the back and support this a little bit more with some floral pins if you want to. You've got a nice frame here. I would do that to make sure it's a little bit more secure. So let me grab my floral pins. They're in my little bucket. And I'll just grab a couple out of here. These dudes kind of help it stabilize it from the wires in the back. All right, now these may be a little too long, which they're a little long, so I'm gonna have to trim them. Trim them before they go in, guys, so they're not quite so long. You just trim them and make them a little shorter, okay? Because now I'm gonna have to go back and trim on the other side. The first one I put in is a little bit long and poking through, but trim it first. It's a little more neat and clean, and you won't poke yourself with it. So a couple of pins in just to help secure it. Those went right through the glue, and we are ready to go. Now, next step is we're gonna go ahead and get our base looking super fine by using these cute, this is a filler berry that works great in here. We're gonna use it like almost like a greenery. So what I want you to do is just take and tear these off into smaller little sections, just like this, and we're gonna do that on both stems. I'll put this other greenery down here and move these pumpkins out of the way. But I'm gonna use a couple of stems that I wanna make it nice and full. Just tear those off and cut these down really neat and clean. And then you are gonna be ready to put these on and start shaping out our base. Save your good wires. We can definitely recycle them and use them to put into other pieces. Now we're gonna start shaping out our base. So we wanna shake hands with each piece and make sure you're utilizing any good wires you've got going in there. Give that a swirl in your glue pot. You're gonna start to shape out your beautiful design here. And you want to take this simple wreath base and accentuate the lines of it. I love doing that, really kick them out here. So we're gonna use them opposite each other. I love that. And then we'll go a little bit shorter on each side so we can kind of have a whole look started here. Pop that one in, isn't that cute? And one here on the top. I like making it nice and full like this. And then you can manipulate these up for a little bit of movement. And we're gonna do the same thing down here at the bottom. And on these, I'm gonna overlap on the top a little so I can start kind of camouflaging my moss. My foam base, I always say that wrong, sorry. I call moss and foam the same thing all the time. It's a watermelon pumpkin thing. If you know, you know. I'm sorry. I don't know what my problem is with those. But you can see how fun these would be to make for your Etsy shop. They're quick shop fillers, and they're great for craft shows also because they sell fast and they're really quick to produce, which means you can kind of keep the price down when you're selling them. Okay, let me push this one back in. So you can see we've got a little dimension. We're working opposite each other, really nice and full. I love that. I'm gonna hold a couple of these pieces off. We're gonna use those more in the foreground. Now it's time for our cool pumpkin spray. I like to just take this, and we don't have to manipulate it too much, but we do have to take and cut off the pumpkins because we want to utilize them and position them exactly where we want them. So we're gonna cut all the pumpkins off our main stem and then start to place them in. And I'm gonna put a couple of pumpkins kind of coming down. I'm gonna put like 2 below, one here, and that's cute down here by his cheek, and one a little shorter and tighter, maybe right there. So you can trim that wire. Go in right here. You're looking cute, Mr. Scarecrow. Look how cute that is. And then we'll put one above. So you can see that whole time we're leaving a space in the middle, and we call that the bow zone when we're designing. And the bow zone we leave empty because we're going to place a bow in there. Now some projects we may change that up a little, but in general, that's where the bow's going. So now you're going to tie your bow, and then we're going to be ready to place it in the center. You're going to need to take one of the floral pins that we use to secure the back of the scarecrow head, and we're going to put one right here in behind the bow, and then just swing this around underneath the cable tie so it pokes up. Now remember, these were a little too long, so we're going to cut them off just a little bit. Careful when you're cutting wires. Wear safety glasses or protection to make sure you don't get that in your eyes. I put some glue on there, and now we're placing this right in the middle. Look how cute this is. My gosh, isn't he so stinking cute? I love when we put the bows in. Cute bow. What a cute color combo. All right, let's put that up a little bit higher. I don't want to cover up his eyes too much. All right, bows in. Look how sweet. Now, we're going to take the last bush of greenery. We're going to work that all in, kind of in around the center of the design. So I'm going to push this all out and make this shorter because I don't need these super long. This will work. It looks kind of like the hay. It's part of our scarecrow or the raffia. It's got that great texture. Okay, so trim that down after you've pushed it up, and we're going to start working these right in here around our pumpkins. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of little longer pieces, and we'll put those on either side and really kind of soften the edges. Let's have one really long one go in the middle of those berry pieces we already put in. How cute is that? Oh, that layers up beautifully. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So you need 3 other pieces, like a long and a couple of short. Take that longest one, put it in the middle. It's gonna go right here in the middle. And as long as you're getting some glue on every piece going into the foam, it's gonna go in there nice and secure and hold really great. That's that dense floral foam that's hard. It's not sandy, so it really works well. Now, we wanna take these short pieces and put those in tight to the bow. So I'm gonna make these even shorter, so gently push them up, and they're gonna be like little pom-poms of fall floral. You're gonna love this color. All right, and we're gonna trim those short so their stems are very short, just like that. And let's put those in close to the bow. And I want these to work in here to fill in. Ah, cute. And we call that breaking the plane of the design. We use this a lot in design school where we want to make the pieces in the wreath feel integrated with the florals. So we use a technique called breaking the plane, and that's a term I use, that we are always working things in our design. All right, we have our 2 little berry pieces. This is another design school tip. We're gonna take something in the background, we're gonna bring it to the foreground. Really important to have cohesiveness. So use these in little clusters. And we're gonna bring these to the foreground of the design and place them in, just like that. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And how about these 2 to the top? So you can see, not only do we embellish this piece, but we did it on a super classy, high level where she is adorable. She's next level. She is beautiful. We've got gorgeous pumpkins, gorgeous ribbons, where she's cute and whimsical, but she can mix in with your high quality floral designs that you've already created in your Etsy shop or for your home. You can see how you could make this really fast, and I hope you enjoy the process. All right, Bloomerinos, I'll see you next time, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow wherever you're watching. We share projects like this every week so you can learn how to become a better designer.